Hello, beautiful feathers. This is a channeled message for someone who needs to hear it. It is 9:54, which is 18, which is 9, coming to the close of something. And then the next time I looked, it was 10:10. So you are on a spiritual journey and aligned with your soul purpose. Tonight we wait in limbo, the space between the past and the future. It's uncomfortable, but necessary. Really tune into your energy at this time, as it will frame the start of your next chapter. The disappointments, anger, and resentment will speak louder than the memories of love and joyful moments as we reflect. But those are the only moments you'll want to carry into the future. So be still. Feel it all. Then make the choice to let go of any baggage weighing you down. Then you will rise above it all and be welcomed by a beautiful new day. Let's see what the current energy is for you right now. We have the balsamic moon, a time for healing. So at this time, as I said in the channeled message, we are reflecting. And a lot of this is just reflecting on the past, what has hurt us, all the things that we've gone through. And I think we're just really trying to gain perspective and just really sit with it. I think it feels like a heavy energy, but healing comes when we dissect it and we face it and we understand it, and we understand ourselves and our appearance in it, our part of it, and then we can start to release it and start to surrender it. And so I think this is a good time for that, this void in between the past and the future. What else do we have? Nothing will come of this situation. So void, of course, moon. I think whatever's like the nitpicky thing on your mind that just won't quit. It just keeps bugging you and making you think about something. I think that nothing will come of this situation. So I think that's sort of saying that there's a lot of anxiety and worry over something that doesn't exist in your near future. So let's try to, still our minds, turn our focus onto maybe even just one thing, something that we want in the future, something to work towards. Because we can spend a lot of time in worry and anxiety, and often it doesn't turn out like we thought it might, or like we feared it might. So now is not a good time to waste your energy doing that. With the eclipse season coming, it feels like a really heavy energy, and it feels like facing the unknown. Like we have no idea what's going to happen. We have no idea where we're going. I know I feel just a little bit out of sorts. It's been a crazy year so far. So many changes, so many deep dives. And it's like, I feel like there's this, that feeling when you're expecting something, but, or something's going to happen, but you don't know what it is. I've had that feeling for months now, and it's still as strong as it was. It's like, things are changing, and decisions are being made, and it's almost like your fate is coming, to shift your life, but you have no idea where it's going to take you. And it's uneasy, but I think we just really need to trust that it's going to be for our highest good, and that, Spirit's not going to let us down. We have the Lord card. Take charge with authority. And I feel like this is like in charge of yourself. I really do. I think it's, putting your battle gear on against self-doubt, just, you know, your value, how you value yourself. I think you need to sort of put your best foot forward to yourself. So when you look in the mirror, you've got your scepter, your magic wand, you're surrounded by protection. You know, there's green and lush, and you've got your crown on, and just like really, when you take that deep dive, know that you were born perfectly. You're meant to be here. You're meant to stand out. You're meant to look people in the eye and look yourself in the eye, and, start taking charge of your future, your life. Your life might feel a little bit right now like it's just running around you in circles, and it's out of control, and it's dragging you every which way. And it's, playing with your thoughts and your mind, and people around you are changing and shifting, or they're, you know, surprising you in maybe not such the nicest ways. Maybe people that you thought you knew, um, are just really showing their true colors. So you need to show yours, and not to them, but to yourself. Be able to stand in your in your own power. Find that power, whatever that is. And if you can't remember, then try to just think of one time, one memory where you felt strong and sure and confident. We have the traveler here, move in a new direction. And that's great advice for after this work has been done. So, we're working on our healing. We're ever working on our healing, right? Healing is a lifelong process, and more things will come up, and the more we pay attention to looking at it, processing, and letting it go, the easier it will be to teach yourself what it feels like to be healing and to go through the healing process. Not worrying about something that hasn't happened or something that might happen. And then going through the process of, feeling confident in yourself. And that's like a lot of quality time alone, and doing things that you enjoy and doing things that you're good at, and just, asserting yourself and using the best parts of yourself to gain some confidence. And once we've kind of moved through that energy, because we know we're in this void going into the future, and so this confident energy will take us in a new direction. And instead of having to stand as if we're ready to fight or prove, we're going to be able to relax into this new path, this new direction, and kind of a new you. Like, all of us, I feel like, are going through that at this time, and making peace with who we are, lowering our guard in order to accept like a new way of being, and maybe even looking forward to our next adventure, our travels, even if we're not sure where we're going. Your compass is your connection, and it's connection to spirit, but it's connection to self, your higher self. And it's also your inner compass, your inner guidance, the calling, the little pull, the little nudges you get to just follow, what makes you feel good. Follow the path of ease, in the sense that you're following your bliss. You're following little moments. You're following little joys, little wins. And if you start, really struggling, or you find a lot of resistance, or you're coming to a path and kind of running into a wall, then back up for a sec and take a breath, sit with that, and then just kind of close your eyes and breathe and let your higher self pull you into another direction. We're gonna always hit some roadblocks and some uncomfortable things in life, but it's what we do with that. Do we react and keep smashing our head against the wall, or do we stop for a moment and go, okay, I can pivot, I can take this new direction, and for this new direction, we need to pack light, right? We can't, every time we run into a problem or a challenge, if we naturally usually, grab a bunch of resentment or, revenge or this negative energy, then our bag and our load gets heavier and heavier, and it's harder to feel that slight pull into the new, easier and more aligned direction. So we have to, do what we were practicing, like learning that healing, letting go, not worrying about the future, and just keeping that light way of traveling so that we can feel the new direction that we need to go every time we overcome a challenge, and that will really benefit you. It instead of it being this big attack the future energy, it's going to be a flow. It's going to be a flow into where you're supposed to be. I think it'd be a good time to notice the colors around you as well on your path. Are they like dingy? Are they muddy? Are they faded? Old, but not in a good way. Are they aggressive? Look for beautiful colors around you. I feel like, notice the purples and the emerald greens, really look at the different greens in nature. It's pretty incredible. Rich burgundies and, pinks, but like not the bright, like fluorescent in your face pink, more like the calm, easygoing pink, and like multicolors and just a fresh palette. You have the Emperor energy here. Right on. So you're going to boss up here. And this is very much like the Lord. So the Lord card, which is take charge and authority, it goes perfectly with it. So the Emperor, he's the boss. He's a number 4. He's stable. He's been through it. He's not letting his emotions get to him. And he's not like super judgy, but he's observant, and he's not anxious, but he's ready. That's the biggest thing of controlling your own life and your own future. It's like, yeah, you've got this wisdom, you're ready for anything, but you're not waiting for it. So it's not a reactive energy. It's a pause. It's okay, how am I going to deal with this? It's, the Emperor has his armor on, right? So that was the showing, like, put your battle gear on and then make sure you're confident. But before, we did it in a way where we needed to be protected and we were worried about something happening. Now he knows it's under this beautiful cloak, and that if he needs to stand up and fight, or stand up for himself, or stand up for his loved ones or people, he definitely can. There's no problem there. But he can also sit and observe beauty, and he also is wise enough to make decisions from past experience, but without any resentment or unprocessed thoughts. He's gone through all this. He's taken a good look inside. He's gathered the wisdom, and now he can rest in his authority. over his over himself and over his surroundings. He's got very sharp instincts, and he knows what they mean. And now we've got the Page of Pentacles. So we've got this older energy, of the Emperor and the Lord, and the Traveler is a lighter, more peaceful, maybe a little bit more hopeful of an energy. And that's what I feel like once you've gained your strength and you're not like bracing yourself against the entire world, then you can maybe feel secure enough to allow more of a youthful innocence to come out. You can look forward into the future. The Page of Pentacles is curious and maybe even excited about the future. He holds this idea, this opportunity in his hands, and he's like, he's going to bring it to you. But this is somebody that's inside of you. It's you. It's the younger you. It's the younger but now wise you. You know enough now that you know enough to know that you need to bring that type of energy into your future, this hopeful, optimistic, curious, excited, what am I going to manifest now? What am I going to dream about now? I am safe. I can absolutely look forward into the future. I've looked at myself, I've dealt with my past, and now what, right? And now what is fun? So while we're sitting in this limbo, these are all the stages that we need to go through. So it's not an idle time. It's a time to be still, process, listen, go through some healing, know yourself, feel stable, and look towards a bright future, because it's in your hands to manifest. This is what's happening right now in this void, is the universe aligning everything together that you want to walk into. So make sure it's a good one. All right. Just reminding you, as always, that you are love and you are love.